How we doing? Welcome to my visual guide for the Easter egg for Motel Zombies. First step of the Easter egg is starting this map. I have a lot of issues getting this map to even work, and there's a way that you can ensure that it works at least most of the time. And the way you do that is completely reset your game, and then don't load any mods, don't load user maps, don't load anything. Just go to Zombies, go to Private Match, and then load Motel Zombies. And I find 9 times out of the 10, the map might start. This isn't technically the next step, but you're going to need a ray gun later in the Easter egg, so it's good to get it started now. There's a corpse on the outside of the pool here that you can click on. He's holding a ray gun. You click on him to activate the soul box, and then you feed him like a shitload of zombies, and eventually you could rip it from his corpse. The first real step to the Easter egg is the music step. You're going to go up to the Left 4 Dead 2 safe room door and knock on it. There's going to be a character there, and he gets mad at you for knocking. You know, it's a motel, like, give the man some peace. But you're gonna knock and he's gonna activate music, and all you have to do is simply go into the motel check-in desk and deactivate the music. To start the next step, simply knock on the safe room door again, and then after that, use that ray gun you took from that one dude and shoot the radio tower that's above the sign-in desk. With the radio frequency powered up somehow, you can now talk on the radio, and the radio basically tells you to keep talking to the guy that you've been talking to this whole time. Once you do that, he's going to send you on a new step to collect a disc. Before we start this next step, we're going to open up the Pack-a-Punch area. The way you do this is collect a key card on a shelf that's just right to the check-in building, and then you put this key card into a box that's right under the Deer Eyes and Dragon head there. This is going to give you a jewel that you can place into the Gorod Crovey egg incubator, and then click on it again will open up the portal of Pack-a-Punch and send you into this time anomaly state for your game. In this time anomaly state, no zombies can spawn, which is perfect for our next step. What you're first going to do is you're going to grab the disc on a bench that's in front of the left side of the check-in building, and then you're going to put this disc into a little cauldron by the pool, and it's going to send you to this survival challenge arena. But the thing is, since we're in the time anomaly thing and it doesn't deactivate during the challenge, no zombies spawn, so you just end up sitting here for about 3-4 minutes with nothing going on until the game finally releases you. After that, head over to the safe room door again and give it a knock to start the next step. For the next step, you're going to need to Pack-a-Punch the ray gun you got earlier, or if you've given it away, it might be in the box. Either way, you need a Pack-a-Punch ray gun, and you need to shoot the tower again to give it a stronger boost so you can talk to the radio again. Next step is the flare step. After you've talked to the radio, talk to the guy behind the safe room door again, and he'll tell you to go pick up some flares. These flares are located opposite of where the disc was earlier. Then you're going to head back to the radio and talk to the radio guy again. The guy on the radio asks you to find a way to get the guy behind the door out of there, and once you knock on the door, he says the only way he's able to escape is with his teleporter, which needs to be charged. All these boxes have prompts, so they're easy to find, but to show you where they're at, the first one is over where the disc and the flares were against the wall on the motel. The second one is actually going to be located behind the motel check-in building. The last one's going to be in the corner of the map where you can find Juggernog. You're going to want to go through the pool area, and you could just find it against the wall here. Talk to the guy behind the safe room door to teleport him away, and then talk to the radio, letting them know you've got him out of there. The radio will let you know to place the flares. Soon after the radio guy is done talking, a blue spot will appear in the middle of the map where you can place the flares. Before you place the flares, I highly suggest opening up Pack-a-Punch, as you'll see in just a second. Keep in mind this is a step of no return. As soon as you place those flares, the map will end in about 4 minutes. So make sure you are completely done with your experience before placing those flares. With Pack-a-Punch active, go ahead and place the flares. Your character will be frozen in place and be made aware that he is about to be nuked to hell, and the whole area is going to just be blown to smithereens, and you can't really do anything about it. After they're done yapping, a 3-minute countdown will start, and you gotta survive the 3 minutes. Or, because you've opened up Pack-a-Punch, you could just jump through the Pack-a-Punch portal and sit your happy ass down in the Pack-a-Punch arena with no issues. This is the one moment in the map where zombies will actually spawn during the anomaly. I don't know how he got it to work here and not before, but you know, whatever. So you could just hang out in the Pack-a-Punch Arena and just wait 3 minutes until you're just nuked to hell. And that's the end of the Easter Egg A. I say Easter Egg A, the features say there's 2 main Easter eggs, and then there's 2 separate endings. So before I get into the rest of those, we're first going to show you how to do 3 out of the 4 bows, and then I'll show you Easter Egg B. To unlock the base bow, the Wrath of the Agents, we first have to feed the 3 dragon heads. The first one is right outside the pool spawn, the second one's going to be out by the freeway, and the last one's kind of tucked in the corner of the map between the motel itself and then the motel check-in building. They each take about 7 zombies each, so feed them and then go ahead and open up Pack-a-Punch and the Wrath of the Ancients will be in there. Now that we have the Wrath of the Ancients, we can start with the bows. We'll start with the electric bow, which you can find the quest starter under the first dragon. Once you pick this arrow up, you must go around the map and activate these 5 closed electrical boxes. These are different from the boxes you have to do to teleport the guy behind the safe room. But I'll show you, I mean, you'll see visually what's going on here. 1 by Juggernog, 1 behind the motel, 1 in the shipping crate between the motel and the freeway. There's going to be 1 up the stairs right next to the last dragon head by Elemental Pop. And then there's the last one, which is right next to the power switch inside the motel check-in building. After you turn on those boxes, now go ahead and shoot 2 antennas. There's 1 above the motel itself, and the other is above the motel check-in. You'll hear a sound when you've hit them correctly. And after you've done that, you can pick up the bow by Juggernog. Next up is the wolf bow, which you can pick up the quest starter right behind the motel check-in. Something to keep in mind with all these bows is you have to use the Wrath of the Ancients. You can't just use the electric bow to continue the step. You have to go get a new one from the Pack-a-Punch Arena. Now that you have your Wrath of the Ancients, it's as simple as stabbing or shooting these 3 dog heads laying around the map. There's 1 next to the portal itself, there's 1 in front of the motel check-in, and then there's 1 in the pool area. You can pick up your wolf bow behind the motel check-in. The last bow we'll go over is the fire bow. I'll go why we're not going over the void bow here in just a second. But with the fire bow, you're going to pick up the quest starter right outside the pool on a shelf, and immediately from picking that up, you're going to use your Wrath of the Ancients, and you're going to light the fireplace that's inside the motel room there, right behind it. There's going to be 3 of these around the map, and I'll show you where the other 2 are. The next one's going to be inside the motel check-in building. This one's a pretty easy shot. You just walk up and light the fire. And the last one, it's going to be in the same building, but you have to be on the outside in the front. So it's going to be on the left side, front side of the building. You shoot in this room, and that's the last fireplace you gotta light. Now that you've lit all 3 fireplaces, the box where you get the bow from turns into a soul box, and you gotta kill zombies right in front of it. It's kind of inconsistent on what fills this soul box. I'm pretty sure it's headshots that are directly done in front of it. I don't know. Sometimes souls go in, sometimes they don't. Eventually, it'll fill up and the fireball will be yours. So the main reason I can't go over the void bow is I don't know how to do it, to be honest. I've been using this guide right here, and the main reason I'm making this video is because I kind of hate this guide, because there's just some stuff that he's just completely messed, including the electric bow, where if we see here, this is his entire electric roll. Pick up the quest, and then shoot the antennas, and then pick up the bow. He doesn't even say you have to turn on the boxes. Like, I had to figure that out myself. And then here's the void bow. Like, look at this. Void. Pick up the quest near the building. And then he just doesn't elaborate any further. So, I don't know how to get the void bow, and you don't need it for anything, really, unless you really want to use the void bow, so I'm okay without it. Alright, next up is Easter Egg B, which is as simple as during the step where you're supposed to shoot the tower with the ray gun, you'll shoot the electric bow instead, and it will turn the sky box into a nighttime, and then revert back soon after. I don't know if there's any more past this, because he said there's only 2 endings, and I'm about to go over the second ending right now, so I don't know if there's more to this part of the Easter egg, but I just thought I'd let y'all know that this is something you can do. For the second ending, this can be done really early into the match. Essentially, you're going to go up the stairs past Juggernog, and there's a radio sitting on a chair here, and you click on it, and this guy will say, go get him some cigarettes. That's not what he says. I'm paraphrasing because, you know, different words have different meanings in different countries. But what you're going to do is you're going to grab cigarettes from the pool area, and you're going to bring it back up to him, and he's going to tell you just fuck off. And if you just keep pressing the button, this will happen.
And fuck off. Then you just fuck it up. Fuck it up fucking again and see what happens, big man. You can't listen to a fucking simple instruction. Aye, fuck this shit, man. I'm going to bed.
And that's just about everything I care to show off. Again, I don't know how to do the void bow. And normally what I would do is I would load in with like 500,000 points and then just like play around for a bit, because, you know, I don't have a lot of time on my hands. But you can't, this map has a hard time starting as is without mods. Like, I can't even load in with a mod without it shitting the bed. So hopefully there's some optimization coming soon, so that way this is a little more playable for more people. And hopefully there'll be more steps that I can add to this video too. Like, if I need to remake this, I can, where, you know, add the void bow, add, if there's anything more to Easter egg B, you know, hopefully we find out. But from my understanding, again, like, there's only 2 endings, and these are the 2 Easter eggs. So from my understanding, that's everything until, you know, told otherwise. So y'all have a good one.